going on, everybody? Jeff Havixbeck back here from the homestead, and we are officially at day one of the renovation of the basement at the Beige Bungalow. So, on tap for today, we're going to take out those walls you see here behind me. We're going to rip out some carpet and clean up a little bit of the electrical that's lingering around. And if we have time, hopefully hit the dump. Let's make a quick mention here. If you're ever going to be tapping into electrical or cutting or literally going anywhere near it, make sure the power is off. Now on that note, I don't condone doing your own electrical if you're not someone that understands or is certified professional. For this project, we will be having certified professionals come in and do all of the main electrical work, but just during demo, I need to take out some lines in order to get the walls out. Make sure the power is off. So as we're demoing, we're keeping an eye out. Sorry, we're removing carpet nail strips or nailing strips in the background. You're just gonna have to put up with it. Anyways, as we're demoing, we're keeping an eye out for any design hiccups that might come along the way. So one of the ones that I just found is right at the basement doorway or entryway at the bottom of the stairs. So let me show you what I mean. Alright, so this is what I'm talking about up here. See how this wall is a little bit thicker than the other side over here? And all they've done is they've gone ahead and added a second 2x4 in here. Now we could remove this entire wall, drywall, remove that piece and re-drywall, mud, tape, but that seems like a little bit of a wasted time or effort as well as wasted money. So the second option would be to add a strip across the top and down this side of the door, matching the thickness of the other wall. By thickening up that section in between the door frame to the basement, as well as that strip all the way across the top, it'll allow us to make it look like that wall is the same thickness all the way along without having to rip apart all of the drywall down this side behind me. So we've officially finished up demo, about a day and a half's worth of work, not too bad. Let me show you guys what it looks like. That's just one massive space, isn't it? So we really need to start getting a few walls in here and start closing it up. One of the things you want to keep in mind when you're designing your space is the layout and how things are going to flow. So the reason we're adding the door off this side of the wall is because it's a natural flow from the hallway coming from upstairs. So we enter upstairs from over here, we come around the corner, you walk around here, and it's a very natural way to enter the bedroom. This leaves that area open as a games nook and the area behind the camera right now as the TV and media room. Good morning, guys. It is early here, so we just got to make a quick stop at Home Depot, pick up a bunch of 2.5-inch screws, and that's about all to tell you. And then we're gonna head over to site. So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to day 2, and we're gonna get started framing the walls. So just to give you guys a quick recap of yesterday, we had the rest of the demo finished. We hit the dump, we got rid of all that, all the junk's gone, everything's totally cleaned up. Actually, it's really nice in here as far as the workspace goes. Cleanliness is key. Keep your areas clean, guys. Anyways, we had the electrician come in yesterday too to do a little bit of a tour and start working up a quote for us to do all the disc lighting, LED lighting in the ceilings, and adding a few plugs here and there. But now it's actually time to start putting it all back together, which is my favorite part of any job. It's actually starting to see going from an unfinished space to a finished one. So with that, let's start framing up our first wall. Oopsies. Light down. Keep going. So just like that, we have every wall in, or every wall. I wish we had every wall. We have our first wall in place. Everything's plumb and nice and level. So with that, we'll keep on going and start framing up. We got one more small one to do on the other side of the telepost, and then we have the doorway wall here. So we'll keep on going. trimming today, which is pretty much where I wanted to get to, so that craft room or the extra bonus room, whatever you want to call it over here, is all finished up. But the last hour and a half or 2 hours even has been allocated or spent dealing with some challenges. So the non-glamorous things that you don't often see on HGTV or DIY Network, because again, they're non-glamorous, no one wants to watch them, is the challenge that occurred during renovations. Especially when you're trying to renovate a space that's already been worked on by somebody else. So what we've hit here as a snag is how we're gonna tie in the beam with the current bulkheads, as well as the built-in bookcases we want to do over here. And how exactly we're going to make that all seamlessly fit together and look nice and like it was meant to be. Now we have a couple ideas in mind, but they all sort of hinge on what we're going to do for the accent wall and what we're going to do for the feature wall, or accent wall or feature wall, and what we're going to do for the flooring. So I'm not going to give you exactly what we're going to do right now. You'll have to stay tuned for that because we don't know exactly what we're going to do. I just wanted to let you guys know that yeah, there's always challenges. So when you hit them in your own reno, don't fret, everybody has them, and just allocate some time. Spend some time really thinking through the options and you'll find one that works. You always do, everyone always does. And that's half the fun of renovating. So we are at day 5 here of our basement renovation series, or our basement reno, and today is the day that we were going to be heading out, well we still are going and heading out shopping and looking for flooring for the basement as well as our feature for our feature wall. With one catch, we are going to be doing it in winter, and winter hit with a bang. Let me show you what I mean. So white. So very, very white. Let's get shopping. Alright guys, so when you're out looking for flooring, make sure to set yourselves a budget beforehand. Otherwise you can kind of get overwhelmed with everything from $3, $50, $4 a square foot all the way up to $9, $10 a square foot. So pick an idea of where you want to spend, calculate out your square footage, and that'll give you an idea of how expensive it's going to be when you set, or when you start setting a budget. What's going on guys? So we found a flooring. We're at Windsor Plywood here right now. If you look here, I'm tucked off in a back corner where it's a little bit quiet enough to actually talk to you guys. But let me go show you what we picked out. That one there. Alright, so that brings us to the end of week 1 at the basement renovation of the Beige Bungalow. So this will be our, I guess, second video in the video series. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button below, and I look forward to seeing you guys next Monday.